in time, has the keys. She goes into the trunk. He passes her the keys. She goes to the back seat, hops in the car, and drives away. Please, Hollywood, hire these people. What?
His car, saving him from crashing down the mountain, which almost certainly would have been fatal. On top,
look at the mountain. Look how deep that is. Ocean, but this type of motherfucker right here, with the amount of money that we were wasting every day, I would pay taxes to put people like this in a wooden box. We put them in a tube and we shoot them out in space. Came out of it alive. What would y'all say? You know, did Jesus take the wheel, or was he ghost riding the whip? Yeah, I'm gonna just take the door to the left. That ain't real. I'm dead-ass get goosebumps. That ain't real. That's what I'm saying. He looked at you, gave you a creepy smile. You watched him walk a certain distance. Took 14 to 15 business days to get up to the car, and you never locked it? Whoa. You ask her if she is crazy? The one dude in the city with the one Tesla is just going around with this pipe and the same dirty t-shirt, mashing up people's cars. Yoli. What it do, my good people? Welcome back to the channel again. So tonight we diving into scary and disturbing dash cams. We don't know what we gonna find, but we definitely gonna be leaving with something. But just before that, I want to give a shout out to my commenters, Vendicia and Howard Simcox, man. Welcome to the channel. And yo, if you want to be featured in the video, just drop a comment down below and I got you. And to my lovely subscribers, man, I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Y'all keep the guy motivated. And this right here, I see what y'all doing, man. You got it at 500. All right, so grab your blankets and let's jump into this.
This footage was captured on November 2nd, 2014, and shows a car speeding down Highway 78 at around midnight. A few seconds later, the video shows the driver slowing down to avoid hitting a suspicious roadblock up ahead, consisting of just 2 traffic cones blocking the entire road. As the driver brings his car to a stop, his headlights eerily catch the lower half of a man's body walking suspiciously towards his vehicle. When he tries to drive through the cones, the man stands in his way, blocking the car's path. Sensing something is off, the driver immediately calls out to the man to try to get an explanation.
What's going on? Can I help you with something?
Yes.
It probably wasn't the best idea to engage with a man who put cones in the middle of the highway, but then again...
Well, first of all, you know, the number one, well, not actually the number one sign, a red flag already, he doesn't have any blinkers on.
It could have been there for any number of reasons. In the caption of the video, the uploader mentioned that as soon as he asked him if he needed help, he saw the man reach into his pocket, and that's when the driver decided to play it safe and sped away.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, what's the point of asking dude for help? And as soon as he says something, you speed away, but okay.
According to the uploader, the man and his accomplice were later detained by the cops, but were somehow only charged with DUI. If the man had been given more time, it's anyone's guess what he would have done, but luckily the driver didn't stick around long enough to find out.
A dash cam captured a disturbing scene with a completely unexpected ending. A woman is seen running down the street in a panic, and right behind her there is a man who is clearly trying to catch up to her. The woman runs up to a random car and quickly hides inside the open trunk while the owner of the car is taking his belongings out of it. Once inside the trunk, the woman desperately begs the man to close it, saying that she is being chased by a stranger. The man reacts instantly and shuts the trunk. Just moments before the pursuer reaches the car, the stranger then starts walking around the vehicle, pulling on the door handles and trying to get inside the car. Owner tells him that he is calling the police right now, but it does not seem to concern the stranger at all. He keeps trying to break into the car to get to the woman. When he realizes that he cannot open it without the keys, he runs up to the owner and, threatening him, snatches the keys out of his hands. The stranger goes back to the car, grabs a stick, and forcefully opens the trunk, but there is no one inside. And at that exact moment, something unbelievable happens. The car suddenly starts moving, speeds away, disappearing around the corner. The man tries to chase after it, but there is no way he can catch up. What do you think happened to the woman, and where did the car go?
Man, first of all, this has to be one of the biggest coincidences. This is a movie plot. I'm not. This is a movie plot. You trying to tell me she comes around the corner, dude is supposedly just right there in time, has the keys. She goes into the trunk. He passes her the keys. She goes through the back seat, hops in the car, and drives away. Please, Hollywood, hire these people.
Dashcam captured a
This dashcam video was captured in Nuevo Laredo in Mexico. A man and his wife had just crossed the border into the country in the early morning hours of January 3rd, 2020. Shortly after, they were met by this sight. Cars stopped at a light, blocking the road with multiple people standing nearby. As the driver approaches, the car in the middle...
So you trying to tell me there's no situational awareness to see that something funny is already happening up there, to turn around.
middle lane pulls forward and the people outside gesture the driver to pass through. However,
Yeah, but while they're gesturing him to drive through, another truck is pulling up in front of you to block you. Stop. Back up. Your wife is in the car.
just as he tries to do so, a pickup pulls around the corner and blocks the open path. That's when the people outside begin banging on the driver's windows and pulling at the door handles.
It's the cartel.
Yeah.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. You're pulling up on the post, they don't look like police. Because, first of all, they're supposed to have on reflective vests. And the closer you got, they look even more suspicious. And I'm pretty sure y'all know where you're at. So you trying to tell me nothing came up in y'all's head to say that, yo, babe, maybe I should turn around? You waited.
See that?
The group does whatever they can to get the vehicle to stop, but the quick maneuvers of the driver allow him to speed around the blocking vehicles and get away back in the opposite direction. Groups such as this one are commonly known to set up roadblock traps like this in different areas. Typically, they'll be looking for passing trucks to steal, which they'll then use for a multitude of different purposes. However, they'll also steal wallets, cell phones, and other valuable items from these unsuspecting drivers. Multiple reports of stolen items, including cars, were filed that morning. James Shaw Jr. was a self-proclaimed auto enthusiast. He owned a Subaru Forester and would commonly take it out for joyrides around California. On January 4th, 2015, James was out on Angeles Crest Highway for a scenic ride through the San Gabriel Mountains in Los Angeles County. Because it goes over the mountains, the Angeles Crest Highway is one of the highest elevated roads in Southern California. James was nearing 2 tunnels and recalls speeding up because he said the echo from the tunnels made the exhaust sound better. However, the road had a sharp turn directly after the second tunnel, something James didn't know at the time. He was going too fast to make that sharp of a turn, resulting in a loss of control. He was left skidding towards the edge, all of which was captured on his dashcam. James's car.
Yo, I was sitting here thinking about how beautiful that engine sounds through that tunnel. God damn. He probably passed every bowel movement, any piss that was sitting in his bladder came out. Because I'm sitting right here.
Hurls over the edge. However, in a sheer stroke of luck, a drain pipe sticking out from the slope catches.
Nah, man. There's luck. And there's God saying that, nah, today ain't your day. Because, what?
His car, saving him from crashing down the mountain, which almost certainly would have been fatal. On top.
Look at the mountain. Look how deep that is. Brother, if you did not, people will say, I should play the lottery today. Nah. If you weren't praying to God yesterday, you're doing it today. Man.
For that, James was left completely uninjured after the crash. He shut off the motor and stepped out onto the drain pipe. From there, he climbed back up to the road and called for assistance. A recovery tow truck retrieved the car.
Pensacola, Florida, some truly horrifying events would unfold at 7 a.m. on May 18th, 2021. The footage comes from a parked car's dash cam from the other side of the road. The footage starts off showing a little girl waiting for her bus before school at around 7 a.m. A white SUV drives past quickly. It may seem innocent at first, but a little over a minute later, the same SUV would appear again. This time, it stops at the end of the road and sits there. Then suddenly, the driver leaps out in full sprints towards the lone little girl. The dangerous man attempts to kidnap her, grabbing her and quickly running back to his car. Luckily, he stumbles and drops her and falls to the ground. Feeling like he had already caused too much of a scene, he leaves the girl and sprints back to his car and quickly floors it, speeding back down the road from whence he came. This bone-chilling footage just shows us how cold and heartless people can be. There are some truly dangerous people who lurk among us. And the scariest part about this one is to think what would have happened if the man would have successfully kidnapped the girl. But luckily, not only was it unsuccessful, the dashcam video from the parked car easily caught his license plate, revealing his identity to the West Pensacola, Florida police. They did some detective work and found him and arrested him later that same day. The man was named Jared Paul Stanga. And a disturbing piece of information we didn't know earlier is that according to the police, the man was armed with a knife at the time of the attack. And not surprisingly, Stanga had an extensive criminal history. And according to Chilling Scares on YouTube, it was also reported that only 2 weeks before this attack, the little girl had recalled to her school that a man in a white car stopped and talked to her while she was waiting for her bus. Likely the same white car of her attacker. However, the school didn't do anything with this information, but if they would have, they could have prevented this attack altogether. But ultimately, the girl was completely unharmed, just very shaken up from the encounter. And justice is being served as Stanga was hit with many charges. Charges include attempted kidnapping of a child, aggravated battery, and assault. And he will now spend a very, very long time behind bars in prison. In West Pensacola.
YouTube can't handle some of the words that I'm thinking right now, but people like this, man, you don't put them in jail. You know, I said in one of my previous videos, you put them in a box and drop them in the bottom of the ocean. But this type of motherfucker right here, with the amount of money that we were wasting every day, I would pay taxes to put people like this in a wooden box. We put them in a tube and we shoot them out in space while they're alive for as long as possible. No food, no water, no nothing. or we just public meetings, you know?
Florida.
On June 19th, 2022, a trucker was driving down the PJ Patterson Highway in Jamaica at about 4:30 a.m. Everything seems normal until a few seconds later, a bike is suddenly pushed a few feet in front of the truck. A sort of dark figure can be seen on top of the bike, but it's hard to tell whether it's an actual person or not. The driver seems to tense up as he leans forward, but concerningly, he doesn't slow down. He doesn't look too disturbed, simply checking his side view mirrors after running the bike over. Shortly after, the camera showing the trucker even shows him shaking his head and chuckling as he continues driving down the highway. The unsettling footage raises a lot of questions, but the trucker might have actually escaped a potentially life-threatening situation by not stopping. Many people have commented that this is a very common robbery method in Jamaica, in which a dummy or even a bundle of blankets are placed on top of a bike to make it look like there's a person riding it. The bike is then pushed in front of a vehicle to shock and guilt-trip the driver into getting out and checking on the person, and you can probably imagine what happens next. In these type of robberies, the person who pushes the bike rarely operates alone and is usually accompanied by other bandits hiding in the shadows, waiting for the driver to get out of the vehicle. If the trucker would have stopped, he probably would have been the victim of a robbery attempt, or worse. Although a failed robbery attempt is the most likely explanation for this footage, it can't be 100% confirmed whether or not that's what actually happened. On June 9th,
Don't let this 0.1% situation discourage you from flying to that beautiful land that they do call Jamaica. Yes, people are effed up everywhere, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? And people like that can have no remorse for them. And trust me, they get dealt with. Sometimes, if you're on TikTok, you see certain things. All right, so don't let that be anything discouraging. And the truck driver himself, when he nodded his head, he knew what was up. And I'm Jamaican, so I've heard about stuff like this. Me personally, anybody I knew hasn't gotten any problems like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure anywhere you go, shit like that can't happen.
2020. This back in 2015, Paul Yearley was driving on the highway to his work in his Ford Mustang when he suddenly started feeling nauseous. He started getting tunnel vision, and he realized something was off, so he turned off his cruise control. That's when he recalls everything going black, and he passes out while driving, his foot coming to rest on top of the gas pedal, pushing it to the floor. Narrowly misses a power line pole that could have ended his life and continues driving unconscious into a field. He's then steered back towards the highway, but luckily is unable to clear the hill. As he starts driving back towards the fence, he finally comes to, putting his hands back on the steering wheel and pressing the brakes. This was the first and only time Paul had ever blacked out. One of the passing cars noticed him in the field and stopped to help him and call the police. He was taken to the ER. Multiple tests were performed to determine what caused the sudden loss of consciousness. The main cause turned out to be a hereditary low blood pressure condition. Paul was treated and was able to make a full recovery. On April...
Like, I mean, I don't wish this on anybody, and seeing that he came out of it alive, what would y'all say? You know, did Jesus take the wheel, or was he ghost riding the whip? Yeah, I'm gonna just take the door to the... That ain't real. That
Oh my god.
that ain't real. I'm dead ass getting goosebumps. That ain't real. That ain't real.
See that?
Yes.
Holy crap.
What the heck was that?
That was on 2 feet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The reactions of the people in the car seem very real, and you can tell they were truly shocked. Keep in mind, this was in 2009 when dash cameras weren't as clear as they are now, so the figure, which some believe to be Bigfoot, is hard to see. But take a look at the enhanced video. By enhancing the footage, we get a better view of the mysterious creature. Many people find this footage believable because it was captured by a police officer, and the city worker also witnessed it. You can even hear the officer say, "It was on 2 feet, wasn't it?" telling us it was something strange and unknown. The officer later said he truly believes they encountered Bigfoot that night, and if it wasn't Bigfoot, it was definitely something else that remains a mystery. Here's a look at one of the scariest dashcam videos ever. It was recorded by a woman named Vanessa Donna. Vanessa, who was 24 years old, was with her 2-year-old daughter. They were sitting in her mother's car, waiting for her to return from a meeting. The car was parked in the lot of a local business center in Windsor, Canada, on the afternoon of November 21st, 2018. While they were waiting, Vanessa noticed a strange man walking by and looking into the car. Not long after, the man turned around and quickly walked back toward their car. What happens next is terrifying. The man opened the passenger door and calmly got into the car. Vanessa was completely shocked and screamed at him. Since the dashcam was only facing forward,
But you're trying to tell me she was watching him, seeing that he looked at her in a very suspicious way. I never locked her doors?
it didn't capture what happened inside, but Vanessa said the man looked at her and gave her a creepy smile.
That's what I'm saying. He looked at you, gave you a creepy smile. You watched him walk a certain distance, took 14 to 15 business days to get up to the car, and you never locked it? Certain things don't deserve to happen to people, but come on, lady.
Before closing the door and walking back to his truck. He then drove away. Vanessa reported the incident to the police and also shared the video on Facebook. Many viewers believed that the man saw her daughter in the car but didn't see Vanessa, and that he might have been trying to kidnap the child. Others thought that he didn't see anyone and just wanted to steal the car. But if that was the case, why would he get into the passenger seat and not the driver's seat? After this, Windsor police were on high alert, looking for the suspect. It only took them 3 days to find him. He was spotted driving around and entering a parking lot near the business center where the incident happened. When he got out of his car, the police approached him, arrested him, and took him into custody. The man's name was Corey All, and he was 38 years old. This wasn't his first crime like this. It turned out he was driving a stolen car.
See that?
Yes.
Here's some eerie footage filmed on a dashcam in Singapore. As the motorist makes their way along Upper Bukit Timah Road, a strange figure can be seen standing on the cement divider to the right of screen. It looks to be a translucent girl with long hair wearing a black and white dress. Many viewers have been quick to call this a ghost sighting, perhaps a young girl that lost her life along this stretch of busy road. Skeptics have said it's nothing more than a person standing on the cement divider, noting that you can see them step up onto the wall moments earlier. One debunking website even suggested it was a unicycle rider practicing their skills along the slim cement boundary. Is this just a risk-taking pedestrian, or has this dashcam really captured the spirit of a lost soul forced to wander this stretch of road?
I'm not gonna say that's too eerie, and due to the fact of driving so fast down the highway, it can make someone look like a ghost due to the fact of the speed. and the camera. So that's not too far-fetched. Yeah, you better stay right there. She's really trying to pull out. It's like one of those characters from GTA 5. Tell me you don't have license and insurance without telling me you don't have your goddamn license or insurance. Oh, she ain't playing. She is getting that information by any means necessary. Whoa. You ask her if she is crazy, you're the one that drove off that. You hit the lady. But this looks like some action is about to go down. I don't know why y'all have to cut it at that good moment, man. That's when it was really getting good, but y'all already know. Would y'all do the same thing if that happened to y'all? Me personally, I know I probably would.
On September 6, 2018, a tractor trailer was stalled on the train tracks near a small neighborhood in Chester, Virginia. This footage was captured by the dashcam on a truck belonging to a man named Mike Eugene, a nearby resident who stopped in front of the tracks to get a closer look. Alarmingly, the crossing guard is down and the lights are flashing on the tracks, which of course means that a nearby train is on its way. The song Ghost Riders in the Sky can be heard playing on the truck's radio as a man rushes down the passenger side of the trailer and makes a run for it. The driver and another passenger also jump out of the trailer cab just a few seconds before a train smashes into the trailer, slicing it in half and sending sheet metal flying in every direction.
Yeah. You about to lose your job. What? You about to lose your job. You driving a big rig. You should know better. Going over train tracks. You hear that sound. You stay as far back away as possible. Your cab might get over before the load gets over. My guy? God! Just imagine you gotta go tell your boss you wrecked this truck. A whole Tropicana train came and he lost business due to your stupidity. Ugh. A orange juice train, man.
Since the trailer's parking brake wasn't engaged, the semi-tractor rolled off the road after the collision. A few seconds after the crash, the man who recorded the incident pulls up closer to the truck driver and asks if anyone was still in the truck when the train was hit.
Nobody was in that truck, were they? You're all out, okay.
Fortunately, the truck driver responds that they had all gotten out on time. No one was hurt during the incident, but apparently this wasn't the first time a train smashed into a truck that was stalled on those same tracks. In 2014, a similar situation resulted in a deadly collision at the crossing. 2 months later, another large truck got stuck on the tracks and hit by a train. The same thing happened again in 2016. This railroad crossing on Curtis Street in Chester has a very steep grade, and there are signs on the road leading to the crossing warning that flat-bottom trailers can get stuck on the tracks. But the signs clearly haven't been enough to stop trailers from getting stuck, making this an incredibly dangerous crossing. On September
We just got some special people in this world, y'all.
6, 2.
I have a feeling they did it on purpose. What do y'all think? Did they do that on purpose, or were they already merging into the lane and this dude had the chance to actually slow down? Who do you think was wrong in this situation? Don't ever move that truck, big dog. That's a rhino, bro. Yeah, I think he just pissed off. Cause y'all are just there sitting in the man's living room. He just, I'm tired of these goddamn cars pulling through this goddamn place.
California. It shows a Tesla abruptly slamming on its brakes as the driver gets out. The man is wielding some kind of lead pipe. He approaches the car with the dash cam and immediately starts slamming the window. Somehow the window doesn't shatter, after which the man simply gets back in his car and continues driving. Later down the road, he was captured on the same dashcam attacking another car. The car is shown speeding away from the attacker. The incident was reported to police, but the Tesla didn't have any license plates, so they were unable to locate it. Over the next few days, police received multiple more calls reporting similar experiences. One of these was also caught on dashcam.
Wow. What?
Oh, so this guy's just a menace. That's it. He's just a menace. The one dude in the city with the one Tesla is just going around with this pipe and the same dirty t-shirt, mashing up people's cars. What's wrong with him? Because he said over multiple days, right? And he's still wearing that green t-shirt. What happened, man?
After a few more days, police were finally able to locate the man. He was 36-year-old Nathaniel Radamak, who already had a lengthy criminal record with active warrants out for his arrest. Among the recent random road rage incidents, throughout earlier years, he also took part in serious criminal threats and stalking in a total of 8 different states across the country. The reasoning behind the highway attacks was never made clear. Currently, Nathaniel is being kept in jail on a bail set at over $5 million. This dashcam footage was taken on January 25th, 2021, the middle of winter. Snow is on the ground as this car drives along a canyon in Utah. As the car approaches a section of road with no guardrails, a pickup on the other side of the road loses control due to the icy conditions. It's forced into an oncoming Subaru. The 2 vehicles drop down the ledge below, all caught on this. Everyone inside both vehicles would make it out alive, most only receiving minor injuries. 4 out of the 5 people involved were able to get out of their vehicles on their own. However, a woman in the pickup had been trapped due to the way the vehicle had dented from impacting the bottom of the ravine. Although fire crews arrived minutes later and were able to free her. The road was closed for several hours for recovery operations. 2 tow trucks were needed to get each vehicle out. This dash cam.
That last one One of my greatest fears. When I start driving in the wintertime, I will not go close to any sort of hill where there's no barriers, man. Damn.
And video was his first dash cam video.
She was just cruising on the highway until she saw this. This dash cam footage was recorded in Arizona on a road notorious for countless accidents known as Lower Buckeye.
This next footage was captured.
Oh my God! Lisha, calm.
That is just one of those when you're just chilling like, yo, what's supposed to be happening? That boom. Holy shit, man. Oh, being on the road is a scary thing.
Hey, bud.
Got a flat tire. You can help me?
What are you needing?
Just a tire. I need a ride to the store. You get me there.
Go ahead and go to the front of my car real quick. I'll meet you up there real quick. I'll get you.
Yoli. That was a headshot. You can hear the blood. Yo. What the He tripled up. Yo, bro. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna end this one right here. What the fuck? All right, my good people, so that's gonna do it for this one, man. That last one I had to hand it there, man. The sound of the pop, that was a lot. Woo! Either way, man, I appreciate every single one of y'all that's been tuning in, who's new, who's been here. Don't forget to like, share, drop a comment. And yo, that's most likely watching and not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, man. Your boy's trying to hit that 1,000 before the year is done, but that 500 milestone. Until another one, doses.